With regards to the introduction of the research project, you've got to click on, well, do a write-up on the academic performance in mathematics, read an article. You can just copy and paste this in Google, look up an article. Some persons have done it and have showed it to me, what they have done already. They have to be at least 100 words, okay? Summarize your findings on an article with regards to mathematics performance, okay? And that will take care of your little write-up, all right? For a real project, you have to write more, but you are just learning about this, so 100 words is sufficient. Now, the aim now of the project is to examine the factors that influence academic performance in mathematics. Now, the research questions and hypotheses are already outlined. You don't have to create them. You don't have to do them. Everyone will have the same. Although there might be slight differences, and you will see why. So for the first instruction, it's a complete the research question. By now, we are familiar with that whole idea of research question and hypothesis because we have been mentioning that repeatedly in worksheet 8. Research question 1. Oh, by the way, let's take a look at how many research questions there are. There are 12 research questions. So as the semester is going along, we'll be talking about the others. Let's start with 1. It says what? So it says to complete this research question. So you read the hypothesis to get an idea as to what was the question. Null hypothesis 1 says that the mathematics score stays the same as academic motivation increases. And the alternative hypothesis says, well, no, it appears that the score increases as academic motivation increases. So what do you think that research question was? So one student replied, the question must have been, what is the relationship? But I'm going to give you the more technical term. What is the correlation? Okay, so correlation is a more specific word for relationship. Okay, so you're on the right track when you say relationship. As you can see, correlation have the word relation in it, isn't that so? Okay, so what is the correlation between mathematics score and academic motivation? So when such a question is posed, the null is bound to say that there is no correlation. That's how it is set up. Okay, the null must respond by saying no correlation. So for example, also in England, and correlation analysis is being done. If such a question is posed in that classroom, the professor must write on the board, null hypothesis, score stays the same, or whatever variable, there is no correlation, whereas the alternative will propose increase or decrease. Okay? And this was responded by one of the students, so that's how you complete research question number 1. Now, research question B, well, research question number 2 and number 3, well, 1, 2, and 3 are all correlation and analysis. So the only difference are the variables. So what is the correlation between? That's how you begin for number 2. So you all can Based on what we did for research question 1, you can figure out what are the variables for 2 and what are the variables for 3. They call that correlation analysis. As you can see, the variables are emboldened, so you can complete research question number 1, 2, and 3. Let's take a look at research question number 4. Number 4, 5, and 6 are similar. It says, complete the research question, write an average population positive math feelings that you think is greater than a certain value. Logically, this value should be relatively small, a relatively small number, like 40%, 45%, 50%. Let's break this down. Research question number 4 say what? The null hypothesis number 4 is saying the average positive math feelings is equal to. The alternative is saying the positive math feeling is greater than. So the alternative 4 is saying greater than. The alternative 5 is saying less than. And the alternative 6 is saying not equal. So that's why you have 3 of them. Remember we said that you can include the inequality sign for the null, but it must have the equal sign. So for research question number 4, what inequality sign can we put there? So you have the choice of putting less than or equal to for null number 4. You can. Okay, you can leave it as equal, or you can put less than or equal to. Now, a question is being asked. What do you think the question is? What question was asked? What is the average positive math feelings? Perfect. So the null is saying, well, the positive math feeling is equal to a certain number. The alternative is saying now it is greater than a certain number. Think of a number that the average positive math feeling is greater than. Do you think that will be a big number? So this is why it is saying now, it says there, you think of a number, but think of a small number. A number like 40%, 45%, 50%. So that is where your hypothesis might vary from your friend. Nathan might say 40%. Another post-student might say 45%. It is not wise to say 90% because the maximum is 90%. So I'm going to ask you a question. What is your positive math feelings on a scale of 0 to 100%? What is your positive math feeling? I just got some responses there. It is greater than 10. It is greater than 40. It is greater than 20. Let's say it is greater than 15. And you can say, well, okay, it is equal to 15, and this has to be tested. Okay. Research question number 5. What is the average time spent practicing math? The average time spent practicing math is less than a certain number. So think of a big number for the average time to be less than it. That is what is being explained there. Now, this is supposed to be in minutes, not percentages. So that was a copy and paste, and it was not edited. Okay? It's not percentage anymore. It's not positive math feelings. It's time. So think of a big number that your average time is less than 90 minutes, less than 100 minutes. Okay? and so forth. I can put the less than, it's certainly less than 200 minutes. Okay. And the third, what is the average score? So the alternative is saying, well, it is not equal. So for this one now, you can think of any number. It could be a big number, it could be a small number, because that means the alternative is saying, well, it is not equal to. So there is no direction for the not equal sign. So you can choose a small number, you can choose a big number, you can choose any number. The alternative is saying is not equal to that number. So it doesn't matter if you choose a big number or a small number for the average score. Okay? And that's how you complete the research question and the hypothesis for numbers 1 to 6. Or numbers 3 to 6. 1 to 3 is correlational analysis. 4 to 6 is another test they call in Z-test for mean. We'll be dealing more in that in detail as we go along. So I'm just putting 56% there. You can put any number for. And as you can see, you have to put it in words, complete the worded form, and complete the translated form. The translation has been done already. Okay, so you just to fill in the blanks. It's just to fill in the blanks, okay? So anytime you get, please do that as soon as possible. These are my numbers. You can use similar numbers to complete your hypothesis for number 1 to 6. Number 7 onwards, I'll make another video for it.